Cat, you're in the way. We're streaming. Thank you. Ta-da! There we go. She's gone. What's she doing? You gonna lay down? No? Hunting? She's hunting. Alright. Speaking of hunting, today is day 13 out of the year of coding. We conquered... What did we conquer? We conquered HTML and CSS part 1. The next suggested thing is diving into JavaScript, and we may very well do that. But prior to diving into JavaScript, I want to take a further look at what Codecademy has to offer in general and what path I kind of wanna to head down. So we're gonna do a bit of research, and this is kind of what I do for most things, is research them. So we've got, what do we actually need for right now? We're looking to see what else we can cover. So we've got about stories, we're hiring, for business, for education, articles, forums, help, and blog. All the other stuff under Learn to Code will actually trigger the course or the module, and we don't want to chip away at anything just yet. We want to figure out where we want to focus our attention on next. So as far as, well, let's see, what do we have about, which I kind of have already gone into this, which, why is all that stuff taking so long to load? There we go, all good. Okay, about Codecademy, our mission. Not one of those companies. We are rethinking education from the bottom up. The web has rethought nearly everything: commerce, social networking, healthcare, and more. We are building the education the world needs. The first truly net native education. We take more cues from Facebook and, oh, I've never been able to pronounce Zynga in creating an engaging educational experience that we do from the classroom. Education is broken. Come help us build the education the world deserves. Amen to that. So as far as research goes, let's see. That's nice. Fun. Good. Stories. Learn stories from around the world. Fun stuff. Try again. After 6-month break. Your code. Code from Kenya. Fun. Tell us your story. All in good time. Let's clear out Codecademy. Let's clear out stories. Open positions. Lots of New York stuff. Okay, for business work. Empower your team to learn by doing, with thousands of interactive lessons, projects, and quizzes. Alright. Fair enough. Track progress. Build a learning plan. Keep learners supported. Okay, so Pro, which we keep seeing the option to upgrade for, that's $16 a month. Self-directed. Real-world projects. Live help. Business for teams. And enterprise. Best way to train your team. Cool. Codecademy for schools. Teaching resources. Below are Codecademy's resources to help instructors teach computer science to students of all ages and backgrounds. We teach ourselves. What will help in your classroom? Just sort of a guide to follow, mostly, ideally, fingers crossed. Whether you need a quick catch up on coding or a tool to teach your pupils, we are here to help. So let's crack this open. We've got teacher training, class resources, classroom tracking, and hour of code. So teacher training is just Codecademy itself, so learn whatever you need as a teacher. So that's just kind of self-service. This next bit was class resources. Let's close out the teacher. Class resources. Access material and resources aimed at helping students learn the fundamentals of programming. Kind of my own student right now. Download our free materials. Here you can find schemes of work, assessment levels, and preliminary quizzes. A link to our online courses. Unit 1 through 8. So they're suggesting, although maybe I'm reading this a little too literally. Web fundamentals, which I think I just conquered, hopefully, part 1. Then Python, then JavaScript, although they have JavaScript as the next suggested lesson. jQuery, PHP, make a website, make an interactive website, and then Ruby. Wow, lots of... Lesson 36. This could keep me busy for a while. Lesson 28. 6. Lesson 11. Okay, so they got all kinds of fun. Banking on Ruby. Little cat. Okay. That's a lot of good info. Let's maybe see what happens. We'll look at this. Oh, wow. Each one has an exercise. Most have an exercise and a quiz. Nice. That'll be handy. Let's continue seeing what we can open. Classroom tracking. They kind of already track my progress, but maybe I can create something for myself. Or maybe a support group. Support group might be a little strongly worded. Maybe just a few other crazy people who want to code. Can all keep tabs on each other. Hour code. Yeah, I've tinkered with that. The app on my phone. Although, I don't see why we can't add that into what I'm doing now. Codecademy articles. What do we have? Articles are more in-depth explanations about concepts covered in Codecademy courses. Here you'll learn more about workflows that developers use every day and take your coding skills to the next level. Sounds fun or helpful. Oh, they got a lot of stuff. There's a lot of bedtime reading. Oh my god. But that's good that they have that much content. Better to have all that than not enough. And a couple categories. That's everything versus breaking it into JavaScript related, Ruby, web, which is probably the HTML and CSS stuff, and then Python. Sure, I can put those to use. Codecademy discuss. Their forums. Wow, 36 minutes ago. Not bad. 2 hours ago. That's pretty active. Welcome to our forums. I should probably enter into that. Is that... Wow, they've got a lot of stuff here too. Yeesh. That's a lot. Look at all the response time. 15, is that when it was last responded to? I'm surprised how active all these forums are. Or threads? Yeah, activity. 36 minutes ago. All of this is less than 24 hours. That's amazing. It's like a really... I didn't realize how active this site was. Keep track of the produce. The day at the supermarket. New guy, need some help. Wow, it just keeps going and going and going. Okay, we're gonna move on, but that's great to know they've got all of those different forums and that they're fairly active. Scrolling all the way to the top just to see. This is all... Everything has a day's response or less. That's pretty impressive. That is a very active community. Okay, we're here to help. Close that. Okay, what else do we need? Getting started. What should I learn? That's exactly what I was asking. Anything that's kind of related to that. What language should I learn? Don't understand. Where can I find reference? How to stay up to date. Your policies on reporting. Appropriate content. Does Codecademy offer resources to help students and teachers learn to code? Codecademy's platform used by children. Do they sponsor events? How can I change the language? Can I merge two accounts? Can I delete? Change. How do I unsubscribe? Turn off? No. I make an account private. I don't really care if my account's private. We don't want it to be private. What is Codecademy Pro? What will I learn? Yeah. What will I learn in Codecademy Pro versus what makes Pro different from your free course? What's the difference between Codecademy Pro and a programming? I guess all of this section is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What can Pro advisors help me with? How can I contact Pro advisors? Advisors help me with... Yeah, probably yes to all of those. How much does Codecademy Pro cost? Well, we already saw, but we'll click it, got a star. What's cancellation? What happens if I cancel my Pro account? Do I lose my progress? Good to know. Does Codecademy offer individual or group discounts for Pro? Will I be charged? How does Codecademy handle? No. Fix a problem. Why can I not access the Codecademy learning environment? Is my browser freezing? How can I reset my oh, that's cool. How can I reset my progress on a lesson or exercise? I don't understand. Why can't I see the chat button? My keyboard doesn't allow me to type a character using Codecademy. And the right side. I should have been going left and right, but I just went down the first column. Our product. Can I access courses offline? Or mobile? Certificates. Good question. Can I navigate shortcuts? What is a streak and how is it calculated? Although we broke the whatever they use to count the streak. I think it's like a 24-hour window based on their time zone. Because I think mine only says like 5 or 6 days, even though it's the 13th. And I'm just trying to keep it within I guess, calendar days, not necessarily a 24-hour window. So yesterday was the 12th, today's the 13th. At noon on the 12th, I'm not really worried about trying to code before noon on the 13th today. It's just within a 2 calendar day period from midnight first day till midnight the second day, that 48-hour window, or 47-hour and 59-minute window. I'm just trying to code within that time frame. So anywho, what spoken languages are Codecademy? Yeah, we know that. They've got tons of them. Can I create a course for Codecademy? Not that I need to do that now, but it might be interesting later. Can I suggest a course or topic? Product feedback. Billing, not really helping me out. Cancel, charged, paid for but can't access. In case I ever do, GoPro. Can I switch credit? Yeah. Passwords. How's my learning path created? What should I learn first? I don't know if that's the same one as the very first article I clicked on. What are the final projects? They've got final projects. That's interesting. That might be fun. And can I report a bug or typo? Last but not least, the critical question. Okay, and to general glimpse. That's... Okay, most of these are... some are long, some are fairly short and straightforward. We're gonna read through all of this stuff before picking our next language. Well-informed decision, someone. Oh, and this is the block. We'll get there later. So, reading through all the, clicking on everything and reading through this reminds me, this is sad to, no, not sad to say it. It's awesome in my mind. It's sad from other perspectives. This is what I did for Chick-fil-A. Yeah. Here in California, I know Chick-fil-A was an East Coast thing, but it just came here, like, I don't know, probably within the last... They've had a couple throughout, always over the last couple years, like decade or more so, like very few, but there's been a huge wave, and they're just popping up everywhere in the last, like, 2 to 3 years, maybe 4. So it was a foreign environment to me, and I'm a creature of habit, and rather, we'll say, picky eater. Others would say crazy. So I ended up doing like 2 hours of research. I went to their website because there was one near my house, so I went online and I went to the Chick-fil-A website, and I did all of this, opening up everything and like reading about the company and just all the different stuff on the menu for at least a solid 2 hours before going to the restaurant. And I didn't want to go through the drive-thru because I needed more time to actually stare at the menu in store. So I then proceeded inside. So it was kind of an ordeal learning and figuring out what I was going to get myself into. But that's kind of how I tackle everything. So excessively thorough, probably not best for all scenarios, but when I've got the time and the resources, we aim to master what we spend our time learning about. So that's why I wasn't charging through the HTML and CSS course. All right, mulling over everything. Continuing on, our goal is to figure out what language to learn next. Again, we conquered learn HTML and CSS part 1. They're recommending learn JavaScript. But I don't know if it's better to continue with the rest of HTML and CSS since we just finished part 1, maybe do part 2, or maybe user skills to create a website. I feel like I should learn more. I think JavaScript might be part of this course, making a website. So I kind of want to, and I don't know if this is actually like the preferred learning path. I don't think it is. It just seems kind of, I wouldn't say haphazard, but it seems like it's just all thrown up there on what they've offered. It seems like every time they offer a new course, they just add another brick or block. So I don't know, but that's why we're doing the research. That's why we're learning. All important. That's why this is helpful. This gives me some indication, like if I were a teacher and had a class, this is what they're recommending on learning. So view level progression. We'll take a look at that. First, let's conquer and get rid of some of these articles. Okay. And then we'll consult Reddit after we look at all of Codecademy's homebrewed first-party resources like this. All right. What language should I learn? This is a post by Eric Weinstein, Codecademy alumni and creator of many Codecademy courses. There's a lot to learn when it comes to coding. How do you know where to start? Should you learn HTML or JavaScript? What's the difference between Python and Ruby? What are client-side and server-side languages, front-end and back-end, and how are they different? The best way of learning to code is to pick a project or challenge that excites you and then learn the tools that you need to build it. Well, with that said, right now the goal is to complete all activities on Codecademy. Not necessarily one project. I want to have the tools to master all projects that they can try and prepare me for. So I don't know. I don't even have enough knowledge to know exactly. I mean, I guess a website, probably games. I want to do it all, but in wanting to do it all, I don't know where to start first. So the goal is do everything. But where to begin that everything cycle, that's what we're trying to figure out. Okay, so tools to create and edit web pages. If you're interested in creating a static website or a single web page, you should start with the Make a Website course and then learn HTML and CSS. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language and describes the structure of web pages. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets and controls their appearance, for example, the font color or the position of text on the page. Tools to make web pages interactive. If you want to give your website behavior, think automatic Twitter updates, your Facebook notifications, or the ability to drag and drop elements of your LinkedIn profile, then you'll want to learn JavaScript and jQuery. JavaScript is a front-end or a client-side language, which means it runs on the web browser of the person visiting your site. jQuery is a library, a helpful set of specific JavaScripts, tools designed to make website interaction more awesome. If you're interested in applying these languages, you can take a look at the Build an Interactive Website course, which will show you how JavaScript and jQuery interact with HTML and CSS. So see, building website is going to probably require both of that. It seems like HTML and CSS is the core, like the skeleton, and then JavaScript and jQuery would be added on or in addition to bring it to life. I feel like I should learn HTML and CSS first. Okay, tools in store. Side note before we dive into this. Does anyone know, although I don't think anyone's watching and I'll end up researching, but I don't know if the HTML, CSS structure of a page or website, whatever, if that's handled by a separate career software tech engineer person compared to the JavaScript jQuery side, like the functionality, or if that's all one person. Is that one dude in one job or two people in two jobs, two career paths? I'll need to figure that out. Tools to store user information in a database. If you want to develop a full-blown web app that lets users log in and save information for them, such as tweets, Facebook, or Codecademy badges, you'll want to learn backend or server-side languages like PHP, Python, Ruby, or JavaScript. It's ambidextrous. Okay. Using a web framework such as Ruby on Rails or AngularJS will allow you to practice creating a link from a web app to a database and managing the data. These languages run on the computer where the website code lives, also called the server. You can accomplish the same things and build the same kinds of projects with each of them, so go ahead and pick your favorite. If you would like personalized advice on what course to take based on your goals, you might be interested in chatting with one of our learner advisors who will work with you to define a customized learning path. You can learn more about our pro product offerings here. Okay. I don't know. Thinking website, maybe a game, and just have a better understanding. Like create something like the Apple website to be able to understand, looking at it, bringing up the inspect element or, view page source when you right click on a web page to see and to know what all of that means. But I think a lot of the HTML and CSSs help with that. That explains why you see countless div breakdowns and things like that after completing that course. But yeah, either create a website like either the Apple homepage or Codecademy and all the functionality, the login, all the different courses, all the different pages and tabs and all that stuff. So just the entirety of it. Games for scale, and we'll call it versatility. It's always being updated, but something like Clash of Clans, tying in the pay with an app and the constant updates and all that stuff, and then also like Super Mario Run. Those would be creating apps and games like that. Learning websites, creating games, because those all have so many overlapping elements, at least that I see. Continuing on, so let's close that. That's one tab down. Does Codecademy offer resources to help students or teachers learn to code? Yes. Our teacher resource section contains resources specifically designed for teachers who want to incorporate Codecademy courses into their curriculum. This includes suggested lesson plans and our pupil tracker tool, which tracks your students' progress as they go through our course. Check out the teacher's resource page here. If I need a guide, I could just be my own teacher. So far, that seems like the first sort of clear indication of a path that I could follow, just to learn code in general. Does Codecademy sponsor events? At this time, Codecademy is not able to sponsor events. Noted. For anyone curious, currently no. Okay. What will I learn in Codecademy Pro? Codecademy Pro offers the following: personalized learning path, helpful, although I don't know what path I want to go down, so not as helpful just yet. We'll give you a personalized learning plan with the recommended key skills to master. You'll be able to track your progress against this plan and add courses whenever you decide you want to learn something new. Access to quizzes. Quizzes are a great way to test how much you've learned and how much you're retaining. With Codecademy Pro, you can quiz yourself at regular intervals to make sure you're ready to move on to the next topic. Real-world projects with programming. There's no substitute for actually building something. We've created realistic projects to teach you how to apply what you're learning in a hands-on, practical way. Completing projects will help you solidify your learning. That's fun. I don't know, fun. That's what I'm applying. It sounds intriguing to me, so that may be worth going to Pro for that. Live help from our advisors. Honestly, I enjoy struggling, although if there's a crisis, support would be nice. But live help from our advisors. Our advisors are experienced coders who are ready to help you at a moment's notice. Contact them via live chat, and they'll review your code, debug your issue, and help get you unstuck. Awesome. Kill that. What makes Pro different from your free courses? Codecademy's free course library contains hundreds of hours of content which have been used by millions of people across the world to learn to code. Our mission is to help people learn the skills they need to find jobs, and providing high quality, free content is vital to that mission. Our paid product allows the same users to practice these skills that they have learned in real-world scenarios and test their knowledge on our assessment. Codecademy Pro contains all the content in our free library, in addition to some amazing free features that will accelerate your learning with features that are only available on Pro users. Yeah, I mean, that sounds good. It's just I'd like to see, well, this is probably a good example of what we'll see. Apply your new skills with 80 plus real-world projects. The toughest part of your early learning is finding the right projects for you to grow your skills. They can't be too easy or too difficult. You'll need these projects to develop your abilities. Luckily, Codecademy has solved this for you. Each language that we offer comes with a pre-built set of projects that allow you to work on projects that are appropriate for your skill level, while also giving you exposure to modern technology and best practices. These projects allow you to develop the critical skills of testing ideas and troubleshooting problems. Here are a few examples. Game board. Okay, Final 97, Phoenix Suns 122, Denver Nuggets. Okay, cool. Game board, doc type, link reference, bodies, margin, padding, all zeros, background color, FFF, we know that. The 3 instead of the full code or color key or whatever it is. Project Game Board in HTML, CSS. Learn to build an innovative site with HTML. Okay, and leverage Bootstrap. And the power of Bootstrap to make it beautiful. I take it Bootstrap is another program. Project Attica. In command line, configure your local environment and use the power of your bash profile and alias to work efficiently. Oh, I think I might go Pro. Project query tables in SQL. Practice using multiple tables to store songs, tracks, and albums from your favorite artists. Okay. Test your knowledge and reinforce learning with quizzes. Testing the new skills that you've acquired is a crucial step in the learning process. Our mid-session quizzes ensure that you're progressing through the skills that you'll need later on in your learning. Each course has multiple quizzes that make sure you're on the right track. What best describes the benefits of SCSS nesting syntax? I don't know. Nesting improves readability. Nesting makes code more efficient by eliminating repetition and showing the clear DOM relationship. DOM. No idea. In styling, nesting generates more efficient CSS Oh, so it's SCSS. Higher level? I don't know. Nesting generates more efficient CSS once it's compiled. Nesting eliminates the need for class definitions. Hint, nesting in Sass has nothing to do with class definitions. Pro tip. Which one of the following is the correct way to call the function below? Var multiplier function number console log 3 times the number. Multiplier 5 multiplier parentheses 5 multiplier bracket 5 multiplier parentheses 5 again? Not sure. Use the fourth one down. I'm just going to agree with them. Chat live with our team of experts. When you get stuck, frustration is natural. Frustration is a natural part of learning anything, and we understand that. That being said, we don't want you to struggle for so long that you lose all hope. That's where the fun begins. Losing hope, that sorts out the success from the failure. Pro users have access to our team of advisors who can help you with questions about our content, working in the industry, and give you guidance on what to learn next. They're available from 8 a.m. Eastern Time to midnight Eastern Time and are just a click away. Learn to code. Learn to code, just a second. Learn to code with a little help from my friends. If you're ready, learn more. Crisis averted. Okay, learn to code with a little help from my friends. If you're ready to learn more, you can follow this link to the Pro page. Meh. Let's hold off on Pro. It sounds worthwhile. I just don't know if it's better to go through all the free stuff and then do the projects at the end, or if the projects will help inspire what sections to learn next, and it will probably bolster the learning. I think there's a trial period. I think it's a 2-week trial period. Close this. Okay, what's the difference between Codecademy Pro and a programming boot camp? Good question. Codecademy Pro and a coding boot camps are a great way to learn coding. Excuse me. The difference between the two lies in the time commitment and the type of instructions you'll receive. Phone's blowing up. No. Back in the Twitch chat. There we go. Okay. What now? What? Both Codecademy Pro and coding boot camps are a great way to learn coding. The difference between the two lies in the time commitment and the type of instruction you receive. We have designed the Codecademy Pro product to be much more self-directed than a boot camp is. With Pro, you can work through the material at your own pace and reach out to our advisors when your schedule allows it. We also allow you to customize your learning path with content that matches your specific goals and projects. Boot camps are typically 12 to 16 week full-time courses that in-depth instruction and total immersion in the skills that you are learning. We know that not everyone has the option of learning to code full-time for 3 to 4 months. So you are able to take the pro content whenever you have the time. A number of our users have also signed up for Codecademy Pro as a way of preparing for a coding boot camp. Clever, which also allows them to learn the basics before they dive in. This is another great use for the product. That is rather clever. If you're interested in learning more about the Codecademy Pro, clickety-click the link below. What will the full stack path teach me? Full stack developers work on all aspects of a program, from the design of the screens that users interact with to the design and functionality of the database behind it. You'll go from creating simple HTML web pages, making powerful data-driven web applications backed by a range of popular programming technologies, API user logins, password encryptions, etc. The full stack path includes HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, learn Angular JS, learn the command line, learn Ruby, Ruby on Rails authentication, and learn Git. You may also customize your path to include other languages we offer. So that sounds closer to what we're looking for. That's a good indication. I don't know if this is just like word jumble or just a random order. It kind of seems like it would be the order one would learn them in, but I don't have enough context yet. But this at least helps on what I should focus on. What will the front end path teach me? The front end of a system refers to the parts of a program that the users see and interact with. Front end developers focus on the languages that control the look and feel of a program. You will start by learning HTML and CSS, which control the structure of a web page and the styles that are attached to it. We'll then move on to how to make the site feel interactive and customize it to look professional. We do this by teaching all of the industry standard tools and frameworks that are used by the largest tech companies in the world. In this course, you'll learn the following language skills: HTML and CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, Bootstrap, and Angular JSS. I believe, as a side note, these are all in the same order, minus the addition of Bootstrap. At least for the front-end languages that were also in the full stack path. So that's definitely more promising. What is back-end programming? We offer back-end skills in our full stack path, which covers both front-end and back-end development. The back-end of a system refers to the part of a program that the user doesn't see, but are vital to its operations. These are things like the database, which store user information and internal processes that make sure the systems stay up and running correctly. I think there's supposed to be a period after correctly, unless that is an incredibly important these, but I doubt it. Running correctly. These parts of a program may not be visible to a user, but they are vital to any system. In learning how to work on the back end of a system, you'll need to learn different languages and frameworks that allow you to pull data from a database, such as SQL. You'll also learn the languages that power the back end of the system and allow it to push data to the front end, such as Ruby, Python, PHP, and JavaScript. Focusing on the back end of a system means you'll be learning languages and skills such as these: Ruby, Ruby on Rails, Python, Git, PHP, JavaScript, Angular JS, and SQL. The Ruby stuff is together. Does the JS in Angular relate to JavaScript? Is that... no. That's just a weird assumption I have, not knowing enough. Quite possibly. Okay. All kinds of sniffy. Right, what do we... So, full stack seems more like what we want. Front end is nice, but back end has more and kind of seems like the vital organs of the beast versus front end. Front end seems like if there's time to make it pretty, then great. If not, leave it kind of bare bones, and as long as it works properly, awesome. If it looks great, that's just kind of a cherry on top. Okay. How much does Codecademy Pro cost? Codecademy Pro currently offers 2 payment plans. $20 a month and $200 a year. You may purchase Pro with any major credit card. Learn how Pro differs from the free content. Check it out here. I thought they said it was $16 a month. We'll look at that later. So $20 a month or $200 for the year. What does that come out to? Nope, not doing the math. 200 divided by 12 months. $16.77. Oh. So that $16.77 is the cheapest. You could pay monthly at $20, but that $16.77 was in regards to the pay $200 up front for the year of Codecademy. We'll see. We will see. Okay, continuing on. What happens if I cancel my pro account? Do I lose my progress? Please see here. How do I cancel my pro subscription? You can cancel your subscription anytime by following these. Navigate. Click on the subscription billing in order to ensure cancellation. Choose why it didn't work, then click continue to confirm. I want to cancel. Please note, if you're canceling within the initial 14-day, you will receive a full refund. Should you wish to return at a later date, you'll be able to pick up where you left off, post-cancellation. Your progress on lessons will remain the same, and you'll have access to projects and quizzes that you've started or completed, except for final projects. Should you wish to return at a later date, you'll be able to pick up where you left off. Post-cancellation. Your progress on lessons will remain the same, and you'll have access to projects and quizzes that you've started or completed, except for final projects. Okay. Cancellation. Cancellation within the first 14 days of your subscription, you're entitled to a full refund. After that, no refunds will be issued, but you can cancel your subscription anytime. Blah, blah, blah. 10 days for refund if you're canceling. On the 4th day, it'll say cancel and get refund. If you're canceling after, just says your account will automatically deactivate itself at the end of your billing. Okay, yeah. Wait, if you're canceling your account beyond the 14-day trial period, your account will automatically deactivate itself at the end of your billing cycle, up to which point you will still have access to Pro. So the trial period is 14 days. If it happens after the 14 days, You get to keep Pro function for the rest of that month, for the remaining 2 weeks of that month, or whatever, your month billing period. But if you cancel within the 14 days, then you immediately lose access to Pro if it's within the trial period. At least that's how I interpreted it. So that's that. Close that. Does Codecademy offer individual or group discounts for Pro? At the moment, we don't offer any type of group or individual discounts for companies, nonprofits, or schools. If you're interested in purchasing a large group of license, we're happy to help with onboarding and setup. Please fill out this form and someone will be in touch. That said, Codecademy offers quite a bit of free content to get you started. We encourage you to check out our free course catalog and resources for teachers and students. Close. How can I reset my progress on a lesson or exercise? Well, you can reset your code on an individual exercise within a lesson. There's no way to reset all of your courses at once without deleting your Okay, wait. Well, you can reset your code on an individual exercise within a lesson. There's no way to reset all of your courses at once without deleting your account. Depending on the course that you're taking, you can reset the code in that exercise by following one of these methods. Reset code. Click on the bottom, get help. I want to restart this exercise. Please note that these methods will only reset a single exercise within a unit and not the full course itself. I guess that's okay. I guess you can just keep resetting the exercises until it zeroes out. I was looking to clear out the whole course though. Like if I ever wanted to redo HTML and CSS or any course for a refresher, just start from scratch, but that's okay. Clear it out piece by piece. Does Codecademy offer certificates of completion for completing their courses? At the moment, we do not offer certificates of completion for finishing our courses. We believe that a great way of demonstrating skill in a new course is by building a portfolio of your own work, We have built projects as a feature in our Pro product that allows you to start building your own portfolio of work. You can find more details about projects here. The projects do sound interesting. That's the main reason why I'm considering Pro. Yes, the final... well, we'll go ahead and read that. What are the final projects in Codecademy Pro? Final projects at the end of each language track. I'm telling you, their grammar, like the punctuation and the missing articles and questionable singular versus plural conundrums. I don't know. It's an interesting dialect of English, but it's unique to say the least. Okay. Final projects at the end of each language track are designed to instruct students on how to build a web application without being restricted to the Codecademy learning environment. These projects allow you to practice real-world scenarios much like the ones a professional developer would face. They are intentionally less structured than the learning track and allow you to work through different challenges. These projects also allow you to build a portfolio of work that you can use to demonstrate your skills to teachers and employers. What is a streak and how is it calculated? Your streak is the number of days in a row that you've completed an exercise on Codecademy. Practicing regularly is important when learning any new skill, especially programming. You'll be surprised how much you can learn if you set yourself a goal. Pick a reasonable number of days. It's okay to start small. Your streak is a little incentive to help you reach your goal. Yeah, good. So the trigger to keep a day going, oh god. The trigger to keep a day going is to complete an exercise. The issue is that they seem to have their servers on the East Coast or even with the time code further back. So like UTC time, maybe? Because the difference for UTC time from where I'm at in California is 3 hours to the East Coast. So Pacific to East Coast is a 3-hour difference, but Pacific to UTC time is an 8-hour difference. I think. We'll see. Anywho, again, if there's a way, I feel like it should be set to that 47-hour and 59-minute window from calendar day to calendar day, based on your region, but that's just me. One dude out of their millions of users. No worry to write home about that. Every day is documented here live on Twitch, so we all know what's happening. Okay. Onward to the next. Can I create a course for Codecademy? Thanks for your interest in creating a course on Codecademy. We don't currently have a course creator program, but we'll let you know if this changes. Can I suggest a course topic or offer product feedback? We love feedback from our users and are happy to hear what you think. If you'd like to offer us suggestions on what courses to build next, you can do so here. The best way to stay up to date on our new course releases is to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, where you'll be able to see exactly when we release new courses. Was this article helpful? It was helpful. All of them have been helpful. I guess I should have been clicking that thumbs up thing this whole time. I do want to see this, though. What does the share stuff look like if it loads? Might not like that. Maybe it's taking us to a different server, different site. Supposed to be taking us to their recommendations area, but kind of slow. We'll move on. We're not at the point of making recommendations. I paid for Pro, but I can't access the premium content. What can I do? Oh no, dear God, crisis. We'll fix this. Please send us an email to pro@codecademy.com with the subject heading Paid No Pro Access. A member of our customer support team will get back to you within 48 hours. Not bad at all. Close. How is my learning path created? The mystery of life. Advisors can work with you to determine what goals you have in learning to code and what specific projects you're interested in building. Once they understand that, they will create a path that will teach you the skills you need to reach these goals. When you've chosen your path, you will see it in your Pro dashboard. You can use it to track your progress. You can also make adjustments to your path by adding or removing courses anytime using our built-in tool. To access it, click the gear icon on top of your path. Learn more about Pro here. We're getting close. We're nearing the end. What should I learn first? The best way of learning how to code is to think of a project that you'd like to build or a problem that you're interested in solving. Hearing those who are left-handed. That was a joke. I was kidding. Once you have that, you can start learning the tools that you'll need to tackle it. You can learn more about this here. The pro advisors can help guide you through this process and build a learning track that will teach you the skills that you need. Start this, start this, start this, start this. You can start anywhere and everywhere. Okay. We will try this. We aren't going to try that. At least not yet. I think we're going in circles. And all kind of redundant. What are the final projects? We already conquered that one. Already conquered that. We saw that earlier. Right? Final projects at the end of each language track are designed to instruct students on how to build a web application without being restricted to the Codecademy learning environment. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so wait, hold on. I don't think I actually fully got that the first time. Final projects at the end of each language track are designed to instruct students on how to build a web application without being restricted to the Codecademy learning environment. I wonder if they mean like create it in like GitHub or something, or whatever people use to code stuff outside of Codecademy. I don't know. Okay. Yes, our favorite. How can I report a bug or typo? Thank you for taking the time to report a bug or typo. We appreciate the help. You can submit that bug via the following process. For courses that are built into our learning environment, you can scroll down to the bottom of the instructions page and click the link in the section Report a Bug. These courses are Learn AngularJS, Ruby on Rails, Authentication, Learn Ruby on Rails, Learn Git, Learn the Command Line, Learn Java, Learn SQL, Analyzing Business Metrics, SAS. All other courses released after, all other courses released after June 2016. Okay, that's all good. Report a bug. It houses it there. For courses built in our older learning environment, you can scroll to the bottom of the instructions, click the link for Q&A forums. You will be able to submit bugs in there. These courses are Make an Interactive Website, version 1 and 2, HTML and CSS. That was HTML and CSS part 1, or the second HTML and CSS. JavaScript, jQuery, Ruby, Python, and PHP. Well, if it was the original one, as in the HTML, CSS part 1, but that's kind of hard to tell, because they do have just an HTML, CSS. Let's assume it's that second section that's in the older area. That's probably where that was. We had a reported bug as we were going through the last lessons, right? I think we did. So let's close that. What are we left with? The official blog of Codecademy. October 2017, supporting the K-12 computer science framework. Important changes to Codecademy courses. Important changes to Codecademy courses. Last dated October 6th, 2016. Our mission: to teach the world how to code. We've always strive to develop timely, relevant courses that are reflective of the way industry professionals are coding every day. Over 3 years ago, we released HTML and CSS, Python, and a number of other language-specific courses that have been the centerpiece of what Codecademy offers. They were some of the first of their kind, and millions of learners around the world have used them to sharpen their skills or start learning to code altogether. In the next few months, we'll be releasing brand new updated versions of many of these language courses. We've upgraded them to teach newer technologies. The HTML and CSS course, for example, will now cover HTML5 and CSS3. And to the otherwise and to otherwise reflect changes to the way languages are used in the industry today. We're pretty excited to roll them out soon. We'll be removing our old courses from our platform to make way for the new ones. Unfortunately, dun dun dun, any partial or full progress you might have had will be lost. Forever. Sandlot reference. All achievements will be maintained. However, all achievements will be maintained, however. So if you finished a course already, you'll be able to show that you completed it even after the switch. Eager to show what you've done, just make sure to complete the course or complete the courses before we retire them for good. You can consult the schedule at the end of this post for specific dates. Below you can see a schedule of the anticipated release dates for course transitions and new course releases on the dates below. We'll remove old versions of the course, and progress tracking will no longer be available. So remember, if you want to document the work you've done, make sure to finish the courses before the new release date. Get it done. Summer 2017 for all of this except for the last guy. Learn HTML and CSS and learn JavaScript. New course releases. Learn jQuery, new course release. Python and Ruby will be transitioned to the new interface. Progress will be affected. Learn Ruby, new course release. Learn Ruby on Rails, also new course release. PHP and make an interactive website. Course sunsetting. Oh. Well, that's not fun. They're going to execute them before 2017, as in like gone, as in like go away forever? They're phasing it out. Wait, does that mean people aren't using PHP? That could affect my learning. I feel like I should learn it, just say I did. You know? Maybe. We'll see. Okay, we're really excited to upgrade these courses. It's another major step for us in making sure our content is relevant and up to date. If you started the above courses in the past, we hope the new versions might give you the chance to refresh your skills, upgrade them, or learn something new. As usual, we welcome your feedback, wish you the best of luck on your learning journey. Okay, exciting news to share, blah, blah, blah. New dashboard. Oh. Full stack, HTML, Java. 12 lessons, 6 quizzes, 15 projects, and I'm only at 46%. Oh my god. Maybe I really should get pro. That seems rather convincing. Syllabus. Introducing, jQuery events, events external, build your own web page. Just can't tell what to do. Brothers from Nigeria taught themselves how to code and started with Codecademy. They started their company Blue Door, creatively inspired by Microsoft Windows as teenagers, aged 12 and 14, decided to learn code. Started their coding journey with Codecademy, have learned HTML and CSS, and moved on to more challenging languages like Java. They decided the best way to really learn programming is to create something, start a project. They used their knowledge from Codecademy to build projects, which also aided in their learning process. They are wise well beyond their years, and when we asked them about resiliency towards the difficulties of learning to code, they had some great advice. Difficulty is just an illusion. Everything is easy once given time. You shouldn't get discouraged because you didn't get it the first or second time. Just keep trying and you will get the hang of it. They also reference one of their favorite quotes from Woody Allen: 80% of success is just showing up. We are inspired. Coding can be hard. That's why we try to make Codecademy as easy as possible to help anyone become successful without getting in the way. Nice, nice, nice. Awesome. Okay, continuing on. Something about conversation. Summer of coding. Codecademy partners with the White House. Good. Introducing Learn AngularJS. Nice. Nice. Okay, so we're going to call that quits for this. And okay, we figured out the final projects. No certificates. Backend, front end, full stack. I think we're going to go with the full stack path, but incorporate everything missing in order. So we'll probably squeeze in Bootstrap between those dudes, just like they have over yonder. And from there, continuing on with the same mentality, we've got Ruby learn on Rails, learn Git. So we're probably going to take all this and we'll probably squeeze Python in between Rails or Ruby and Git, and then stack on this fun stuff. JavaScript should already be conquered, so these will shuffle around. So I'm going to make a mental note of all of this fun stuff. Do I have, let me get a notepad. Coding, what am I looking for? New. Coding curriculum. Why not? Right? Why not? Good enough. So, this is the Earth. A very nice Earth. You take this, paste that there. Hashtag pasties. All about the paste life. Oh god, no, that's OBS. Just kidding. Back to reality. HTML and sys. We've got Java, Bootstrap, Bootstrap. You can't see, but I'm going through between Chrome and Notepad on my computer, just making a quick list, putting these things together. My master to-do list. HTML, CSS, Java, jQuery, right? HTML, Java, jQuery, learn, Angular, JSS. Okay, so I don't know why the courses have different titles. Kinda bothers me. I feel like it might be different. AngularJS. Can I italicize these? Whoa. Hold the phone. Oh, learn AngularJS. Right. Okay, so maybe, I don't know if one, is that actually a different course? We'll look at it in the catalog later. No, we won't. We're gonna look at it now, damn it. How do you like that? All kinds of looking. No one can stop us. So, learn something. I wish I knew the friggin' symbol for AngularJS. Learn AngularJS. So the A, the giant A symbol. No. Angular. What about React.js? JavaScript. Also JavaScript. So lots of Java. So should I learn Java first? jQuery, oh god, I just can't tell. It seems like these would so nicely flow one into each other. After I've like gotten the feel, after just reading everything, it seems like these all trickle nicely into each other. Sequels towards the end, just like they had after Java. Oh, maybe that's the thing to do. Maybe that is. Maybe I don't need to compile this list. I'm still going to continue. We're pushing forward. All we have is this last little bit. Okay, we need to buy a Python. Somehow coding with a Python will help. Brick. Who would like to go to the pants party? Brick, are you trying to invite us to a party in your pants? What did it go after? It went after the Ruby section. Try to learn Git. Python life. And I keep going into OBS instead of Chrome. Keep tricking myself. And then we've got Git, PHP, and all that good stuff. Copy. Although we already have Java. PHP, Java, and all that. JavaScript, AngularJS. Equal. They're phasing out PHP, so I could see why that would be underneath. So this list that I've compiled, it's not identical, but like it's freakishly close to. So inserting these, like taking from the front stack, or full stack, from beginning to end, this is kind of what they're highlighting. Recommendation, not necessarily in that order, although it seems to make sense in that order, quite frankly, to me, just from the little that I've learned so far. And if you were to take Bootstrap and throw that in between here, and then take the back end, and you drop Python in between Ruby and Git on the first, Ruby and Git there, so throw Python in, and then stack PHP and SQL. Java and Angular were tackled by the front end as well as this, Java and whatnot, but PHP and SQL go at the bottom. It very closely resembles, and actually, what was it? It was the courses. They said they were phasing out. They were going to sunset PHP, and so it would actually go PHP, or it would go SQL and then put PHP at the bottom if it's older. So if you look at the course catalog, it's pretty. They've got HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Expand your CSS knowledge here. Make a website, so continuing to use it. Then they've got command line. Publishing, this is just more activity stuff. Then they've got Python. More website stuff, that's okay. Balance and tying in. We haven't like learned anything new, but it's growing and it's building. Tied into JavaScript. And this is learn JavaScript versus JavaScript. So I assume it's more advanced. Kind of like learn HTML, CSS. And HTML. So it's like all of these are like baby steps. Making a website versus making, I think they've got deploying a website, and they should have an interactive one. I don't know, it seems to all build on itself nicely, but this list closely learn AngularJS and then Ruby on Rails. and then Git, and then SQL, SQL, and then PHP at the end. It seems like I could just go brick by brick, which I'm probably going to do, especially considering to learn Java. That's what they do have recommended for to get started after I completed the 100% here. So at least we've got a much better understanding in general of the tools we have available to us. Let's close back end, the front end, full stack. We looked at all those. Articles. Let's crack open. What do we want? Close that. Viewed level progression map. That sounds handy. Let's see where this takes us. Aha! Look at that. Where can coding take you? Unit 1 through 8, careers. Okay. That's handy. So we've got HTML and CSS in red. Leads to Blogger. Might work for some. PHP leads to web developer. JavaScript leads to animator. Python leads to computer programmer. That seems worthwhile, or at least following what I'm interested in. Ruby is game creator. Ruby's important. jQuery web design. Okay, so the last three, I mean all of them, but they seem more and more interesting. Again, basically going down in order. HTML, CSS, PHP, JavaScript, although for some reason they're getting rid of PHP or they're sunsetting it. I don't know if that's an old language or format. Who knows? And then they've got all the different, so what seems to be the most difficult path? Honestly, game creator looks like it's the most up and down, like versatile, varying course. It looks like it could be the most difficult. You know in Star Fox, how there's no clear, direct line through the worlds, through the map? At least on the Super Nintendo and N64 version. But there are harder levels, like across the top, versus easier levels along the bottom. And it's kind of in between, if you can catch the right portholes and secret finishes. Kind of seems like that. It seems like it can be as hard as you want or as difficult, or it kind of changes going from the left side of this map to the right regarding Python, Ruby especially, and jQuery. Well, this is handy. I should probably save this. Do I want to save this? Well, let's see, what are they? We've got AA, Advanced Arrays, AR, Arrays, BM, Basic Maths, BP, Bit Patterns, BO, Boolean, CF, Control Flow, CP, Collecting Photos, CO, Comparators, DT, Data Types, DE, Debugging, DI, Dictionaries, FU, Functions, I and C, inline styling and CSS, i.e. if else, IT, iteration, lib, libraries, lists, OB, objects, OR, operators, PP, parameter passing, PR, presentation, TA, tables, UL, until loops, VS, variable scopes, VA, variables, WF, while, and for, and WE website. So to conquer the blogging lifestyle, we've got CP, collecting photos, OR, operators, TA tables, PR, presentation, INC, inline styling and CSS, and WE website. So those would be the things to learn and to execute, knowing HTML and CSS to achieve blogging. Let's take a look at Ruby for games. We've got BM, basic maths. OP is operator. No. OP. They not have OP? Maybe it's a typo? Oh, it's not. Well, you know what? Regardless, there's no blue up there, but it also looks like there's no OP on their list. So, yeah, that's that. But anyways, irrelevant for our situation. We've got BM. Again, we're following the Ruby line. So, BM is basic maths, DT data types, VA variables. Then we can go up or straight. If we go up, I feel like I would want to learn both paths or all iterations of the Ruby path, just to have a better understanding. The first is IE, if else. IT iteration following that line. OB objects, VS variable scopes, followed by AA, advanced arrays, which leads to game creator. So that's one path. Following back from IE and IT iterations, we can go... Actually, I guess it doesn't flow down. So from VA, variables would go straight across to BO, Boolean, and such, and then it cuts back up to OB to put us on path with and ending with arrays. Okay, so it kind of trickles down. So IT, BO, and lastly CO, comparators. So I guess all three are needed? Okay, so all three are needed. It's not that you choose one path. You would do all three. Just like in HTML, CSS, all three jobs get conquered there. That's what it is, because it's the levels. I had it like, I had it lower. I wasn't focusing on that. So in the first unit, BM, basic maths, there we go. Third unit, or second unit, we have data types. Third unit, we've got variables. The fourth unit, we would learn if-else statements. I'm assuming it's statements. IT, we'd be learning about iterations, Boolean, and comparators. From there, in section 6, we would be learning about objects, and is that it? They just all tie to objects. That is it. Okay, objects. Followed by VS, variable scopes, PP, parameter passing, UL, until loops, which all tie into AA, advanced arrays, and then you end up as a game creator. Okay, that is quite the path. Dear Lord. So, yeah, good. We've got our work cut out for us. Only because I'm interested. It's a storm of options between... Well, animator's actually a pretty ugly path as well with JavaScript. But I'm not really trying to conquer that. That it's going from the bottom up. That is fourth. So that's kind of where it falls on my list as well. Counting across from Python on the list, you've got BMDT, that's 2, VA is 3, followed by IE and CF, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, ooh. Section 6 for Python is a nightmare. 11, 12, 13, 14, my god, okay, so Python has 14 things that you need to know. Ruby has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 being AA. jQuery has VA 1, 2, 3, 4, no, just 3. That's 3. That's a lot easier. Huh. And the blogger had comparatively 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. I'm sure the amount of things and subjects they cover here listed below and that quick count of activities across the colored lines in total probably doesn't match up too much with the course quantity, but it's just another piece of useless data. What is it on Reddit? Mildly interesting? No, the data correlations. I was just in there yesterday on that subreddit. I'm totally drawing a blank. God, what was it? It was something about data mildly. I think it was Data is Beautiful. The subreddit of Data is Beautiful. Yeah, because they have all the weird correlations, like, the more money spent on, like, scientific research, like, the higher the suicide rate or other things, or, like, the more cheese produced in Minnesota, like, the more bus accidents there are. So great. I don't think that was actually one of them, but that's all the fun stuff that's within Data is Beautiful. It's all these odd bits of correlating info, and that's what these totals look like, comparing the glossary down below to this lovely map. Hopefully that's an indication of some degree of how much work there is, but as of now it seems like learning Python is going to be quite the undertaking. No connection. I don't believe you. Close, we've got this. Oh no. It says 1 hour and 32 minutes streaming. I'm gonna kill Wi-Fi on my phone. Well, the live feed stopped a while ago, but the recording is going strong. So that's good to know. It looked like it cut out on the live stream, I don't know, 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, but with the recording still going, we are nearing the end. Refresh. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. I don't think Let's close out of that. So what did we have? We had school stuff, download free material, web app, hour of code, which we really didn't need, and Codecademy articles, which we didn't really need. So there's that. And then we wanted to check Reddit for our list of things to do next. Close out of those. There we go. There we go. Codecademy. Hopefully. Maybe it's Codecademy that's down. I kind of doubt it. Probably my computer. Don't mind me. Okay. Crisis not quite averted. Technical issues. What are we looking for? We're looking for speed test. Speed test. Do we have any internet signal? We've got 0 internet. Bad sign. Airport utility. Internet signal super dead. Typical. Alright. Hold the phone. We're going to... What are we gonna do? What would Spock do? He would... Well, we made it to the end. We did make it to the end. We got our handy list of courses, and Now we know we can go through tile by tile, reset the internet. I might do a second follow-up part 2 stream or recap the end of this, but the main part we got through what we needed to do, which was learning what we're going to tackle next, which is to learn the JavaScript that they suggested. And yeah. We'll see how it goes from there. Alright. Killing this stream and stopping this recording for now. Alright. Stream back up and recording. So apparently the stream cut out like the 55-minute mark, like mid-sentence. Just past the halfway point of all the tabs we had open, and I didn't notice for like a good 40 more minutes. So it was like an hour and a half plus. It was like the hour and a half plus mark when I realized things weren't loading because I'd opened so many tabs, and the open tabs were fine. And my computer's recording while I stream, so I'll have to stitch this video and the last one together. But anywho, when I got back through all the tabs that I had open and I went to refresh a page, that's when I noticed the internet was out. We were no longer on the line. We were off the line. It was definitely not an exchangeogram moment. So, where do we leave off? Basically just recapping and also troubleshooting the internet stuff, but we had concluded after doing research, we were going to basically just go with the follow the catalog in order that they had presented for us. It's just the last thing is figuring out whether I want to do their projects or not. I don't know if they have projects for the learn activities or if they only have projects for the actual ones, which are things like Python, the actual HTML and CSS course, not just the learn HTML or the learn JavaScript, but the actual JavaScript course. So yeah, that's that. I thought there was one more or a couple more things. Catalog, about, stories, hiring, for education. Classroom resources. Yes. Classroom resources, classroom tracking, power code, and articles. This was the last stuff that wasn't loading after everything was falling apart. So there's the progression map, which we covered quite thoroughly. And then seeing where Unit 1 brought us. Oh, it just brings us down here. And then, so let's see if it opens the exercise and the quiz. HTML basics, mid-lesson breather. Is that code compared to the quiz? What is the function of the tag below? Nice. Title, this tag. Stores the title of the website for browser. Store meta information about the title. Show the server how to index website. Stores the title of a website for a browser in search engine result. Show the server how to title a website. I think it stores the title of the website for the browser and the search engine result. Try another. What does this tag do? Link to a specific part of a web page on a website. Link to a part of a web page. Try another. What is the correct syntax for a link? href. The href is in double quotes. The link is in quotes, but Google's outside this. Number 4. href. Link in double quotes. Google and inside the tags. What is the correct syntax for an image tag? Image source between these two, and it is a self-enclosed tag, so this guy. Which of the following is true about image types? They can only show image files. If the link works, the HTML is valid. They use source instead of href to store the image location. All of the following. I want to say all of the following. Ta-da! Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. 5 of 5. Gotcha. Please interact with the first card. Next time, how do we go back? No, that's the same thing. Okay, abandoned ship. So quizzes work. The lessons. If I start doing the lesson, HTML basics, build your own web page, basics 2, then 3, clickable photo page, CSS overview, followed by building a resume. So this seems kind of like its own beast. They have HTML, Python, then Java, then jQuery, then PHP, make a website, make an interactive website, and then Ruby. I wonder if I should follow this course or the main catalog, or do both. I can just be my own student, so that's fine with me. jQuery is very small. And Python's got a lot. You know what? There might actually be some merit to that level progression chart. I counted activities across, and not gonna lie, 36 is the most. jQuery is 6. So here, counting the different things across from Ruby to game creator, following the blue line, which splits into a couple because there's multiple classes, like the red line for HTML and CSS to Blogger. In section 2, the line splits into 3 because there's 3 sections, ideas, I don't know, things that are covered in section 2. 3 categories covered in section 2. And then it continues down the line. So that's to conquer HTML and CSS. To become a blogger, you need to conquer HTML and CSS, and there's 6 ideas or things that are dealt with. So counting and applying the same thing to gauge size. So 6 for HTML and CSS. That brings us to 20 lessons. Roughly. Making a website only has 5, but making an interactive website is 9. So you kind of balance out halfway between 9 and 20, or halfway between 5 and 20. That's, probably mid to low teens. what are we looking at? Now we're looking at, so Ruby again had, I don't know, or not Ruby, Python had, following the dark blue black line 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 with IE and CF. So that's 4 and 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 with WF and BP, all along the Python path for computer programmers. So that's 14 activities, which Python is 36 lessons, compared to the following the gray line for jQuery at the bottom, 1 at VA in section 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And that's it for web design for jQuery. So jQuery has 6 lessons. So I think that map is actually fairly reasonable to scale for activity and content, gauging the size of that. So that does hold some merit to it. And this path is also pretty similar to the basic catalog itself that they offer. Considering this is only for students, this list, kind of like a general overview, it seems to cover a lot, just what they're focusing on. This all leads up to building a resume versus, I know all those things piled together, but I don't know. I think I'm just going to go through the catalog. I'll probably decide to do Pro after the JavaScript. See where I stand. Mid-lesson breather. We'll close out of that. Close out of the poster. The exercises and quizzes work under the teacher resources, so that's awesome. All that additional free content, guides, activities to do. Close. Classroom tracking. Sample class. Did I click on that before? Individual performance. Year group 10, 16 people, 0%. I can keep track of myself, although they already keep track of me. They already keep track of us. They already keep track of my progress. Oh god, losing it. After midnight, mine's starting to deteriorate. Closing out that. Do we need to tinker with the hour of code? That is super awesome. In this project, preview, in this project we'll write a program that animates your name when you move your mouse over the name. Bubbles will scatter away and then reassemble. To create this project, we'll first learn JavaScript, programming language, then we'll apply what we've learned to write this program. Want to learn in Spanish? For those who want a challenge. Instructions, move your mouse over Codecademy in the preview window. Pretty cool. Press save and submit. Code to get started. Okay, well that is super duper awesome. Let's save that for another day. So far we're on track for an hour of code a day or close to it. So let's close that. Articles. Ruby? Reading and writing. Let's see what they offer us. Reading and writing background. In the Ruby programs you've written thus far with Codecademy, there has been no data. There has been no data persistence. In other words, none of the data your program generated was saved. Banking on Ruby. Dive in. Something about making a pancake and walking a cat. I like cats and pancakes. Cat cakes. Close out of that. Okay, so they've got all kinds of fun stuff for the future that we can read through. Nice. Okay, that was basically it. Just recapping. Is there any... I don't think we need to check Reddit. After all the stuff, at least for what Codecademy has to offer, maybe for a different school. We might try other things down the line. I'm sure we'll find other projects, other sites to further assist in our journey, but I think Codecademy will keep me plenty busy for now. So with that said, we're going to call this part 2 of the stream quits. Hopefully I can mesh those together, and we'll continue on tomorrow with learning JavaScript. Back in the action. Alright, we are done for now. Stopping the stream. Hey! It's Cat! Look at you. I didn't even know you were there. Yeah, look at her. Alright, we're good. We're killing it.